The biggest buy signal in crypto's history just flashed green. This one, you don't want to miss it. Okay, this one is historically backed. It is statistically backed, and I talk about it in this episode. But before we dive in, guys, it's tax season here in Australia. It's the end of the financial year, so that means it's a massive sale opportunity for GTG. I've dropped all the prices from lifetime to weekly to monthly. Come and check us out. I'd love to have you in there, and we can start winning together in cryptocurrency. And lastly, I have partnered with Crypto Tax Calculator. Get access to a 20% discount to CTC within your first subscription. Sign up using the link down below to help you out with your crypto tax. All right, guys, without any more FOMO, let's dive in. GM everyone. Holy dooly, the market is pumping. Waking up here in Oz, and BTC is 110k, led primarily by memecoin, which is up 21%. Fartcoin's up 15% overnight. Pengu's up 10%, 14% for Popcat, 11% for SBX. So those big memes traditionally and continue to be the leaders this cycle. That's why you should be allocating time to meme coins. And if we have a look over at our top altcoins, Hyperliquid's up 9.5%, Render's up 5%. Tau is up 10%. We bought some of that last week as well. And Radium is up 10% as well. Kato, is up 7% as well. The majors leading is Ethereum up at around 5%, 4% for BTC and 4% for Solana. So the buy was certainly last week. It was a really good opportunity down at 100k. GTG members, we got in at about 102k. We bought some Tau, we bought some Sui, and we bought some Hyperliquid. So the top sort of altcoin exposure that is pumping today are the bags that we bought. So that's fantastic. Unfortunately, I wanted a lower pullback, but sometimes you just don't get that. So I really wanted to start us off with a few different things today with analysis wise and why it's so important to follow just really simple sort of trading strategies and whatnot as well. But before we dive in there, just a really quick recap, guys. I have completely shifted the Discord around. So you would have noticed that it's been broken more so into categories. So we've at the suggestions of you guys. So I always want it to be as best as we can. So we have a member section over here, which has obviously which has all of our chat, success, any questions, suggestions channel. Again, we can always update these if we need. Then we have the leverage or the future side. We have all the callers. Then we have obviously the chat. Then we have the meme coin callers. And then we have obviously the chats as well, base and general meme coins as well. Wallet trackers. I have left that one there, and the bundle checker as well, because that one is getting used. Then we have long term, which will be sort of where we write more analysis base. Obviously, which I'm going to talk about shortly, is the hash ribbons indicator. Put that in there last night. Whales continue to accumulate BTC. So this one will be a new sort of channel just for me to put a lot of tweets in there. Maybe we find some other good tweets about some analysis. Then we have our other crypto channels as well. So abstract, airdrops, NFTs, DeFi, etc. And then obviously we have Forex over and stocks over on the side. So long-term and trades as well, which I did add some of the portfolio that I have that we bought way back during that capitulation dump recently. And then live streams we have, this will all, again, this is going to change. The courses and the education is going to change. Creating some courses online, and then obviously I'll add some to WAP as well for GTG members as well. So yeah, just a really quick overview of the new sort of structure of all of the channels. So yeah, that's really exciting. Now, the hash ribbon indicator. So this is an indicator. Now I really want to find, if I just quickly search it, I just want to make sure I get you guys what it actually is. Here we go. Yeah, so this is the one that I want. Perfect. So what is the hash ribbons indicator? So this one has traditionally been used by a lot of sort of famous people, influencers and stuff in the space. But it's a great sort of indicator, where miners are in distress, right? When potentially that means that there's a really good buying opportunity for BTC. And it traditionally has worked out very consistent and healthy as an indicator, right? And again, me, I love to use a range of different analysis every single day, from macro to on-chain statistics, all those sorts of things, to sort of warrant a discussion and interest in potentially buying or de-risking in some of our sort of portfolio or Bitcoin specifically. So essentially the hash ribbons indicator tries to identify periods where BTC miners are in distress and maybe capitulating. The assumption is that such periods, when this occurs, can occur when the price of BTC is at major lows, and therefore maybe a very good opportunity during this dip. So that's just a really quick sort of understanding there. But if we do have a look, guys, this one doesn't flash very often, and if we come and have a look on the weekly, it's the weekly chart that you want to be looking at, because it just gives you sort of high time frame analysis. So if we have a look at this, I marked it out sort of last night, just over the past the past 5 years when this has flashed. And if we do take a really good look at this, historically, this is like whenever it does flash, it is very close to a low. Okay, so if we have a look way back in 2020, again, it was consolidation, then we rallied. Okay, again in the end of 2020. Consolidation, then we rallied. It didn't quite time the bottom in 21, but it did time this sort of wick here. And obviously, you could have still made a decent chunk on BTC, 74% there as well. It timed us literally at the bottom. It literally called the wick of the bottom being in, so the consolidation phase at 15K, and then we rallied from there, called the bottom. It also called the dip as well during this consolidation phase in 2023. It also called the middle of last year, so when I was very bullish on crypto, and I knew that we just needed time to consolidate, it also flashed there. More recently, when Craig shilled that he bought BTC at 74K, guys, it obviously was flashed there. And more recently, which is pretty wild when you think about it, it did flash during this sort of dump over the past sort of week or two as well. So historically, as you can see, it does move up and to the right. And again, it is sort of it's already kind of pumping, right? We're at 109, nearly 110K at the moment. So just another way that you can analyze sort of on-chain statistics, miners, and all those sorts of things as well. Now, the other one is obviously buy fear, sell greed. Guys, we were literally in fear last week, 45. This is when I bought. I said, guys, it's fearful out there. I'm buying some SUI, I'm buying some Hyperliquid, I'm buying some Tau, and I'm buying some BTC. Now, obviously, I would have loved if we went lower in price and in fear, because that historically gives you way better entries. But obviously we didn't quite get there, and we are already back at greed above 60, and fear is at 45. So really nice sort of swing trading momentum and sentiment there as well. But outside this, guys, what I wanted to focus on today is potentially looking for some opportunities that maybe haven't quite rallied yet. Now, the thing with these sort of moves is be okay that you have missed this. Okay, we still have positions in spot. Okay, we still have a few trades that we took, obviously, some of these low cap meme coins, which I'll touch on in a minute. But it's okay to miss opportunities, okay? And that's a big common misconception that I talk with a lot of people about, is the emotional side of cryptocurrency. Everyone feels like they're missing out. They have FOMO. They think, oh, these people are making 100Xs. I promise you that is not the case. Like, I've been in this industry nearly 10 years, and anyone that sort of loud and prouds that sort of information literally probably isn't doing that, right? So what we focus on in GTG is obviously helping you win over a consistent period of time. Therefore, compounding your wealth to make sort of financial freedom opportunities in your life, right? And so what we're focusing on is really strong risk to reward setups and opportunities that allow us to be confident and comfortable when the trades occur. So we won't be chasing too much here happening today. I mean, if we do come and have a look at Ethereum, really nice pump as well. Let's get rid of the hash ribbons on this bad boy. But if we have a look here, really nice pump up as well, back above this consolidation. I said for Ethereum, guys, that if I wanted to see Ethereum hold this sort of support that we've had for a long time, and we have held that over literally the past month or two. So that's fantastic for ETH. ETH pushing back towards that sort of 3.5K mark is probably where I'm looking at for me right now. In terms of low time frame sort of structures, we could potentially see a bit more of a bounce here, but I'll dive in shortly. This is, again, weekly sort of time frame. So it is important, as I always say, to take high time frame structures, high time frame bias into the low time frame. So as you can see, we are quite bullish now. So your sentiment should be bullish. Solana still, I just think Solana had its narrative, right? I think there's no drama that this can't outperform, and like a lot of other altcoins, like it has all cycle. I just think SUI, Hyperliquid, and Tau, for example, are just better choices at this period of time. Okay, they have better, stronger narratives, and all those sorts of things. I mean, like Solana meme coin trenches are still getting hammered. Okay, whales are living, all those sorts of things. So definitely be mindful of fundamentals when you're looking at trades as well. But if we take a look, SUI bounced off this sort of area again. So that was a really nice sort of breakout there. Let's move into lower timeframes now. So this is what I am looking at. Like, there are a few potential trades here to be taken. Now, the trouble is that with these sort of levels here, if we're taking a long from here back towards a swing high, like the risk to reward isn't as great, right? And so that's where I'm happy to sort of maybe fade at this breakout. I would much rather sort of see a rejection from these levels. And again, it depends on what BTC does now at 110K. If we see a rejection on some of these levels and then we set another higher low, or we come back to this consolidation where a lot of altcoins or a lot of meme coins have previously been, that's the level that I'm keen to long. Because if you look at that, like the difference in your risk to reward from where price is currently to just waiting for an entry is massive. Okay, and so that's key. I really want to specify that. If you miss a little rally, so be it. Okay, there will always be daily opportunities in crypto. So if we take an analytic perspective on BTC and zoom out a little bit, we are officially now attempting a weekly close above this level, the previous high. And as you saw here, we failed to do that. That's why we were short last week or the 2 weeks before that. And if we have a look here, okay, we are attempting the first sort of weekly and 5-day close above this massive previous all-time high at 110. So again, this still has the 5-day closes in 2 hours, so that's interesting. The weekly obviously only just opened, so we have a lot of time there. The 3-day also closes in a few days' time as well. So yeah, this is a big level, guys. Big level. So I mean, if we do rally above it, and like I said last time we were up at these levels, up here, okay, what I want to see is strength. I want to see a move up here. I want to maybe see a retest or even a shallow pullback. So we'll use our fib, okay, and we'll look at potentially a shallow pullback to these all-time highs. It could grab any of this liquidity up here, shallow pullback, and that's where we long, okay? Stop loss below here, okay, down below there, and we long from this potential stop loss pullback. From this pullback at the all-time highs with our stop loss below the low. So that's the sort of trade that I would be looking for here if we do sort of really go impulsive. And again, it would be something like this, okay, and I'd be targeting towards that 130 sort of K region, right, about there. So that is the potential trade that we're looking at. Again, you could go on lower time frames and look for maybe possible more entries, but for me right now, it's not worth really looking at anything too out of the ordinary here at this current sort of price action, right? So if we do have a look, unfortunately yesterday we got short. Someone's trying to call me on Discord, bro. Obviously, if I don't pick up, I'm a busy man. So if we have a look here, what we're looking at is the bounce from the weekly FVG. So this blue bar here is essentially where price came down. Okay, we literally tapped the start of it. I would have loved if we went a little bit deeper, 99K, or retested the absolute bottom of it at 97. That's where I would have been absolutely long. But yeah, unfortunately, I was traveling here Thursday. I was down in Melbourne for the Pudgy event, so I missed the dip. But we did manage to spot buy at 102, which we are up a nice little sort of 10% or so. Yeah, about 8%. So that's really nice. But if we have a look here, okay, that was a big area of interest. The medium, so the 0.5 range from this whole range, that if we got there, that was an absolute huge buy signal. But we're seeing strength here, which is what you want to see. You want to see strength, guys, because that makes... that means that the trend is in your favor, right? So we have a look here. We didn't even get to the 382. That's how strong the trend has been. Now I'm on a few different watches right now. So I'm on high low watch. So in other words, are we going to break these levels here? Okay, are we going to get above 110K, or is this an opportunity to short? So I mean, my preference for shorts yesterday, guys, is just this. Okay, so the daily is stochastic momentum is at the bottom. Okay, that's why I was like, okay, that's the one risk that we did face, and sure enough, we got stopped out on our shorts yesterday. However, we have a look, and now that we're back above the pivots or at the pivots. The 3-day is coming down with quite aggressive sort of nature. Okay, the 5-day is also topping as well, but we are closer to the pivot now. And the weekly as well is very overextended, but we are above the pivot. So my preference is, again, still consolidation here. I would much rather sort of see price chill out, maybe consolidate in this sort of region. Okay, maybe we fall over here, set another higher low, and then we rally. Okay, something like that. Like that would be a lot healthier, right? Otherwise, this pullback on higher time frames isn't deep enough, or we haven't gone sideways for long enough for us to potentially look for opportunities, right? So for me, I know this is very risky, but you could potentially look for a short here back towards the bottom of the range, of this mini range that we've just formed, for a risk to reward of 4.08. Very risky because, as I said before, the monthly. The daily is bottom at the moment. But yeah, no real stochastic momentum at all either. Stochastic momentum is bottom, no real bearish or bullish divergences. So for me, maybe we take this little short. I'll have a look and I'll have a think about this, but that short could be on here for a 4.1 risk to reward. Very simple again. Like whenever you get a sort of all-time high or an all-time low price action, that is often the best sort of opportunities to trade because it's very simple levels, right? You have this is the key level. So if we break above it and we hold above it, like here, okay, if we held there, very easy long. Okay, if we deviate above it and we fall back below, we have a retest here, very easy short. Okay, so we will be watching this as well. And again, like if we just, I want to just talk about sort of what happens, right? Like, I mean, you could probably say this is nearly the same as over here, okay? Anytime we failed to come up to this region earlier in the year, we literally capitulated. Maybe we'll go the higher area about there. Could be the bottom of this sort of mini range. So we have a look here, okay? Price came up, we had a deviation, we capitulated, okay? Price rallied again twice, double bottom here, back up to the tops. What happened? We rejected literally, this is on the daily. So we rejected for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 days nearly from this level. So if you shorted all of this, you literally could have printed several times. So it's the kind of same area again, where at all-time highs, you want to see an impulsive move higher, or we potentially get a rejection here back towards a higher low, maybe even in this order block here, which is still a risk reward of 2. So I think the short definitely could be on here, guys. So if you're watching this live, you could probably take that. If not, I will call it after this live stream. So again, that's just the preference here, just based on risk to reward at this moment in time. It is risky, right? Because as you can see, we are bottomed on stochastic. So that could mean that we do push higher in the sort of coming day or two, or the next week or so. I spoke about ETH before, but ETH is kind of coming out of this potential little rally section that we're in as well. No real trade for me there at this point of time. Solana as well is kind of breaking out a little bit on low time frames. Nothing too interesting here. And again, we did pull back a little bit. Okay, so from the swing low to the swing high, we did pull back to the 0.5, which again was on Thursday last week. So again, because of travel, I didn't get the opportunity to look for the potential longs there. But hey, it is what it is. And that would have been a really juicy long, guys, where you have essentially your opportunity, your entry here, targeting back towards that high, stop loss probably below there at that previous week as well. Gives you opportunity to DC at the 618 if we did see it. So those are the sort of trades that you guys know that I love. But as I said, I was traveling, so didn't get to take it. So yeah, you're probably wondering, okay, well, what now, Greeny? Like, what could we look at? Well, for a lot of these tokens, like Filecoin, for example, we did obviously see it capitulate to the downside. It got a Coinbase listing and sort of really put in an aggressive bottom. And sure enough, it is rallying. So I believe if you did take the long that I did call, you would be in profit. I did close it again because I was not in front of the computer at this period of time. But yeah, we broke that macro support. We obviously have come back down, and now we are rallying from there as well. So if we do take a look, again, where did we bounce? We literally bounced off the golden pocket and are starting to break out here as well. So those are the trades I usually like to take, is this sort of opportunity here with a stop loss below there. Very clean sort of trades. But yeah, for now, I'm just staying patient. I think we'll look for that short on BTC, and if we get stopped out, then that's a good thing, because it means that we're probably going to go higher, right, over the sort of coming weeks or so, which is very bullish, right? But for me right now, I'm just staying patient. Okay, happy to sit and be patient in our current trade. So if we come and have a really quick look on a few of the other trades that we have taken more recently, this is Titcoin. So I did call this last night as well before I went to bed. I really like this chart. I think it's a great opportunity here for a really nice little rally. We are in profit already. I can't remember what our entry was. I'm going to have to check the channel. But yeah, really nice sort of over 2x move to the 618 fib. So that one's looking really nice. PBS also, big rally here. I don't know why that big R&R here, but big breakout rally. I literally called this last night at this sort of below here. So that's great to see at about 9 million. So we're up about 20%, maybe a little bit more already. Really nice breakout. This one's fundamental, so, and utility. So this actually might be more of a long-term hold. And then Troll, obviously, oh my gosh, I got so many drawings on this one. But yeah, Troll was holding really nicely. Let me get rid of a few things here for you guys. Okay, Troll's really nice as well. It came down and it bounced again off at 618, so and held strength. So this one actually looks like it still could be a really nice entry here with stop loss below there and sort of targeting back towards the all-time highs, guys. So pretty much something like that is still valid. So yeah, still 2.7 risk to reward. So still a very nice trade there. If you wanted to be a little bit less risk on, you can put your stop loss below the wick there. Down at sort of 15 mil. So yeah, for a 3.6 risk to reward. So yeah, there's still plenty of opportunities. This is what I mean. Like, the top meme coins, the top altcoins have rallied a bit. I don't mind this short here for BTC, but then we'll be looking for lower caps. Okay, which ones haven't played catch up yet? Which ones are lagging? Those are the opportunities that we like. So something like Dogecoin. this, like something like this, right, is definitely on my radar. Okay, where we have a really nice pullback. Okay, we came back, we went below the 618, we're now back above it, but we aren't quite maybe potentially going to break out on a macro high time frame. But something like this could be really nice, like if we rally a little bit here and then we set that high low again. That is the opportunity that I'm waiting for. So as always, guys, staying patient, waiting for price to come to me. And again, there's plenty of opportunities out there as well. The channels have been super busy. We've been printing with you guys who are more active in there as well. I love to see it. But yeah, if you have any feedback, obviously for GTG server, any suggestions for channels or different strategies that we could adopt, more analysis based, more written based, let me know, because we can definitely start working on that, because at the end of the day, GTG is one of the leading worldwide educational communities for crypto, and we want to make it as comfortable as possible for all of you who are within there, so that we help you win over time. So I'm going to stop the recording there. So if you are watching on YouTube, thanks for tuning in. Be sure to like, be sure to subscribe, and check out GTG down below. There might be a little end of financial year sale because it is coming up to that for Australia. So do keep an eye on the promos because they could be dropping in the near future. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.